what's going on, guys? I just wanted to show you guys my new gun. This is the Glock 29 SF 10mm. I just picked this up today. I love Glocks. I love 10mm, so this made a whole lot of sense for me to buy. And I'm not going to make a review on this gun today. I'll do a separate review in the future where I'll go out and shoot the gun and do the review when I'm shooting it. But for right now, I just want to talk about why there isn't more of a demand for the 10mm. The 10mm round is probably one of the most badass rounds out there. And it gets me pissed that I only have to choose from Glock. Now I have all the Glock 10mm. So if I want another 10mm, I'll have to get a 1911, which is okay. But I mean, that's it. There's not very much to choose from. And it's because there's not a lot of people out there that want the 10mm. So that's why you don't see a lot of gun manufacturers making the 10mm. But I think it could start slowly catching on, especially with the help of YouTube. But it's up to people like us to convince the rest of the gun community the 10mm is something that everybody should want because it's extremely powerful, it's extremely fun to shoot. And I think one of the biggest reasons people are turned off to the 10mm is because if they were, researching the 10mm, they would find that the 10mm is more powerful than a 357 Magnum. So when they find this out, they probably automatically assume that the 10mm has to have more recoil than the 357 Magnum because it's more powerful. It seems like it would make sense, but it's not the case at all. The 10mm has a lot less recoil than the 357 Magnum. Maybe it's only in the Glock because of the polymer frame. I don't know, but when I shoot, some of the hottest rounds I could find of the 10mm that have, up to like 750 pounds, foot-pounds, they have way less recoil than, the average 357 Magnum round. So I don't know why the 357 Magnum has more recoil, but I have a feeling that that might be one of the reasons why people stay away from the 10mm. Is because they think, if a 357 Magnum and a stainless steel revolver has a good amount of kick to it, then if this gun has a more powerful round, this should have more recoil than a stainless steel 357 Magnum. The truth is, it has less, and I don't know why. Maybe it's the polymer frame, maybe it's just part of the brilliance in the design of the 10mm. I have no idea why the 10mm doesn't have as much recoil as you think it would, but it really doesn't. And I've heard a lot of people talking other people out of Glock 20 or Glock 10mm because they say it's just going to have too much recoil. It's not going to be easy to control, and you're never going to hit anything because it just has too much recoil. It's all bullshit. These guns have very little recoil. They're very easy to control. I could shoot them extremely well, and if I could shoot them extremely well, anybody should be able to because I'm not the world's best shot. I say I'm average, if that. So don't let people scare you by telling you that the Glock 10mm have too much recoil because it's bullshit. They're completely full of shit, anybody who says that. I've heard people say the Glock 29 hurts, it's not fun to shoot. Anyone who says that 29 hurts and it's not fun to shoot is a pussy. And I don't know where the fuck they're getting that from because you just go out and try it for yourself. If you have a gun range where you could rent a 10mm Glock, please go ahead and do it, or just buy one because I guarantee you after you shoot it, you're going to be obsessed with the 10mm. That's exactly what happened to me. I was kind of on the fence with it, and I was expecting the recoil to be crazy. The first 10mm I bought was a 29. This is the second 29 I've ever owned, but I mean, the first time I bought a 10mm was a Glock 29, and I was a little hesitant to shoot it because I was expecting the recoil to be greater than a 357 Magnum. But then when I started shooting it, it was like nothing, and I was able to control it very well, and I was pretty accurate with it. So I love the 10mm. It's probably my favorite round, but it gets me pissed because there's not a lot to choose from. It's either Glocks or a 1911. And I'm actually thinking about getting the Nighthawk long slide 10mm. But I mean, that's it. It's either 1911s or Glocks or the original Smith & Wessons in 10mm. And if more people were to, start getting behind the 10mm, hopefully a lot of the gun manufacturers would pay attention to it. And hopefully one day we might see Sig Sauer make a 10mm, either P229, 2226, or 2220. And if Sig ever made a 10mm, holy shit, that would be fucking awesome. And I think if a company like that was to come out with a 10mm, I think it would make a lot of the other companies try to copy. I would love to see more companies like XDs and 10mm, a Sig and 10mm, an H&K and 10mm. 10mm is the shit, and there's just not enough support out there for it. And anyone out there who doesn't like a 10mm, or you're considering getting one, or you're not sure, or if you just don't want one, please tell me why you don't want one. Give me reasons why you don't think they're necessary, because I don't understand for 1 second why more and more people don't want the 10mm. It seems like it would be something that everybody who loved guns would need. Like the 44 Magnum is a must for a lot of gun collectors, and the 45 ACP is a must, but you don't hear too much about the 10mm, and it's so fucking awesome. Everybody should know what a 10mm is. and a lot of people don't, which is sad. And I mean, it's just such an awesome round, and there's just not a lot of love out there for it. And I think, like I said, a lot of the reason is because people think that it's going to have more recoil than a 357 Magnum, and it's going to be too hard to control. But that's bullshit. I mean, the 10 millimeter is an awesome round. It has a ton of power. It's extremely easy to control. It's everything you could ever want in a handgun package. And you know, this gun, it's probably going to be my designated shit hits the fan gun. I have over like 15 Glock 20 magazines, and I'm extremely accurate with this gun. It has more than enough power, and if the world was ever coming to an end, this would be probably the #1 gun I would want with me. Out of all my other guns, the Glock 20 10mm would be the one I would choose. So let me know what you think. If you don't like the 10mm, let me know why. If you love the 10mm, please do your part and try to convince more gun owners to buy a 10mm, because the more of us who buy 10mm, hopefully that would start, you know, letting all the other gun manufacturers know that there's a huge demand for the 10mm, and we'll start seeing more companies like SIG or XD or Springfield come out with 10mm, because seriously, I think I could speak for a lot of us 10mm enthusiasts that it's just, it's annoying having to only choose from a Glock or a 1911. I would love to have another platform for the 10mm, but beggars can't be choosers. So let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you later.